All right, today we're going to tackle a really useful tool in English, the present continuous tense. Let's just dive right in.
So, let's kick things off with a question. How do you talk about something that's happening right now? Like this very second. If you're on the phone and someone asks, "Hey, what are you doing?" Well, English has the perfect tool for that exact situation.
And that tool? It's called the present continuous. Its whole purpose, really, is to describe actions that are happening as we speak. You could say it's the official tense of right now.
Now, the best part is actually super easy to put together. I like to think of it as a simple two-part recipe for talking about the present.
Okay, so here's the entire formula. Ready? Step 1. You just need to choose the right form of the verb to be. Am, is, or are. Then, for step 2, you take your main verb, the action word, and tack ing onto the end. Seriously, that's the whole thing.
So, that first step is all about matching the right to be verb with who or what you're talking about. It's a really simple pairing, actually. I always gets am. If you're talking about just one person or thing, like he, she, or it, you're going to use is. And for any group of people, we, you, or they, it's always are.
Let's actually see how this works. So, if you're talking about yourself, you grab am, take the verb work, and add ing. And boom, you get I'm working. It's that easy. It means it's happening this very moment.
Okay, how about another one? Let's say we're talking about Maria. She's one person, right? So we use is. Maria is reading a newspaper. Again, it tells us this is what she's doing right this second.
And what if it's a group, like the children? Well, that's plural. It's like saying they, so we use are. The children are doing their homework. See? The action is happening as we speak.
Okay, so that's how you say something is happening. But what if it isn't? Believe it or not, it's even easier. You just take the sentence you already built and pop the word not right after am, is, or are.
Check out this side by side. On the one hand, you have they are walking. Now to make that negative, you just add not after are. We usually squish that together to say aren't. They aren't walking. See how the basic sentence stays exactly the same?
Let's run through a few more just to make sure it sticks. She isn't reading. The sun isn't shining. Or, here's one I'm sure you've heard before, you're not listening to me. And yeah, you'll almost always hear is not and are not shortened down to isn't and aren't.
All right, so adding ing seems simple enough, right? And usually it is. But there are a handful of tricky verbs out there that can trip you up. So let's go over a few little pro tips so you can get the spelling perfect every single time.
There are basically three main patterns to watch out for. First, if a verb ends in e, like come, you just drop that e before adding ing to make coming. Next, for short verbs like run that have that consonant-vowel-consonant pattern, CVC, you double the last letter, so run becomes running. And finally, for weird ones like lie that end in ie, you switch that to a y to get lying. These are just great little tricks to keep in your back pocket.
Okay, so we've covered the basic formula, how to make it negative, and even those tricky spelling rules. Now let's pull it all together and really focus on the most important question. When exactly should you use the present continuous?
This is really the crucial point, so listen up. You use the present continuous for things happening at this exact moment. Not yesterday, not an hour from now, and here's the big one, not for things that happen generally. For your regular habits, you use the simple present, right? You'd say, I work every day. But if you're talking about what you're doing right now, in this instant, you have to use the present continuous. I am working.
Here's a perfect everyday example. Say your phone rings while you're eating. What do you say? You'd probably say something like, we're having dinner now. Can I call you back? That action, having dinner, is happening at the exact moment you're on the phone. That is a textbook use of the present continuous.
So from now on, whenever you need to describe what's happening right in front of you or what you're up to at this very second, you know exactly what to do. The present continuous is your go-to tool for talking about anything that's in progress right now.
And that kind of brings me to one final question for you. Seriously, think about it for a second. What are you doing right now? Maybe you're watching this explainer. Maybe you're learning English. Whatever the answer is, you now have the perfect grammar to describe it.